Have you ever had a project where everyone thought someone else was handling it? The subcontractor assumed the project manager sent the update. The project manager assumed accounting sent the invoice. The client thought the issue had already been resolved. And then suddenly, you're spending your day answering phone calls, putting out fires, and trying to figure out what went wrong. If you've experienced that, you're dealing with an ongoing communication breakdown. Today, I want to show you why this happens, how it affects your business, and 3 things you can do to fix it. After managing more than 50 million in government contracts, I've learned that communication is not just about talking to people. It's about having a system that keeps everyone aligned before small issues become expensive problems. One missed update can delay a project. Think about it. Maybe we have the electricians come in next week to do the electrical work. And then after that, they're coming in, the carpenters, to put the drywall in. Well, the electricians get delayed, maybe because there was a delay in the project, whatever the reason may be, but you didn't communicate it to your carpenters. So they're scheduled to come out, as you told them previously. Here they are on site, and they can't do what they need to do because the electricians haven't put the wiring in the wall yet. And now the carpenters, because they had the schedule, they planned to come out on a particular day, and after they knew, let's say it was going to take them 3 days, they allotted a week. But now that your schedule is behind a week because of whatever the reason is with your electrician, next week your carpenters plan to be somewhere else. Project delayed. One unanswered email can hold up an inspection. One unclear responsibility can lead to project delays. One unclear responsibility can lead to missed deadlines, change order disputes, payment delays, or even damage your relationship with your client. Communication is not just an administrative task. And I know a lot of times we think that's what it is. When we think communication, we think about sending this email or replying to this email or submitting some paperwork. It's more to it than that. It's part of contract execution. One mistake I see contractors making is assuming that communication will happen naturally. It won't. When everyone is busy, people communicate based on what they feel is important. When everyone is busy, people communicate based on what they think is important. And the problem is, everyone has a different perspective. Your superintendent, he's focused on the job site. So anything related to the job site, important to him. Responding to an email from the back office, not so much. Accounting is focused on invoices. They don't care about the schedule unless it impacts the invoice. But at the end of the day, their goal is to get the invoices out and pay invoices that's coming in. And your estimator, he's already chasing the next opportunity. And then the owner, they're trying to keep everything moving along. Without a communication process, information gets trapped. And that's when mistakes happen. Communication breakdown, it usually happens or shows up in a few ways. The client asks for a project update, but nobody has current information. Subcontractors arrive without the latest schedule. Remember, we previously talked about that carpenter. Purchase orders aren't communicated to the field. A change order is approved verbally, but is never documented. And you do know what we say about if it's not documented, it never happened, which means if you did that work without the documentation of a change order being approved, the likelihood is you may not get paid. And then compliance paperwork isn't submitted because everyone assumed someone else had that responsibility. These situations happen every day, and they cost contractors money. And not because people don't care, but because the communication process was not clearly defined. This is one of the areas I focus on in my contract execution readiness framework. Before work begins, everyone should know who communicates with the client, who approves changes, who documents decisions, who tracks action items, who follows up to make sure tasks are completed. When those roles are clear, projects move much more clearly. Projects move much more smoothly. Now, I want to give you 3 action items that you can implement this week. Action step number 1, Define communication ownership. Don't assume everyone knows who's responsible. Create a simple responsibility chart. Who's going to communicate with the client? Is it the owner? Is it the project manager? Who will update the subcontractors? Is it the project manager, your superintendent? See, I'm giving you some people that can handle these things, right? Who will handle the documentation? Will it be your project coordinator? Will it be your assistant in the office? And then who follows up on outstanding issues? Is that your admin person, your project coordinator? When ownership is clear, accountability improves. Just like we need accountability in our personal lives, in relationship, in your business, as you're working on your projects, there also should be accountability. All right, action step number 2. I want you to hold a weekly project coordination meeting. Even if your projects are small, schedule a consistent meeting. Here's what I want you to review. Project progress. This will help you make sure that you're on schedule and within budget. Any upcoming deadlines, so that way you're tracking milestones. Any open issues that need to be resolved. So this will help with communicating those changes and things like that and getting to a solution. Change orders. So you can talk about what change orders are still pending, what new change orders you have, which change orders have been approved. And that way, the person handling change orders know what action steps they need to take, what they need to follow up on, and what they need to submit. Because you also know with approved change orders or submitting a change order, there's a cost associated with that as well. So you see how it's important to make sure you stay on track of those things. Because if you're doing change order work without approval and don't get paid, you're cutting into your profit margin. You also want to talk about compliance requirements. If your insurance is expiring during the project, you want to make sure you send the updated insurance over to your client. And same thing for your subcontractors. If theirs expire, you want to make sure that you're requesting their new insurance or workers' comp or whatever documentation that you need to stay compliant. And then you also want to talk about next week's priorities. This keeps everyone working from the same information instead of making assumptions. All right, action step number 3. I want you to document every important decision. If it isn't documented, it didn't happen. After meetings or a phone call, send a quick recap and then document approvals, document schedule changes, document client requests, document action items and who owns them. Documentation protects your business and eliminates confusion later. If you're consistently solving the same communication problems over and over, don't assume it's just part of construction or government contracting. It's usually a sign that your communication systems needs improvement. The contractors who consistently delivers successful projects don't necessarily have fewer problems. They have better systems for keeping everyone informed and accountable. That's what allows them to stay ahead instead of constantly reacting. Now, if today's video was helpful for you, I would love to hear from you. What communication challenges cause the most frustration for you in your business? Leave a comment below. I read every one, and your question just might inspire the next video. And if you need help improving your government contracting strategy or improving your contract execution systems, I'd be happy to help. You can schedule a strategy call using the link in the description. We'll discuss where you are, identify what's holding your business back, and determine the next best steps for moving forward. Now, if you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more practical strategies on government contracting and contract execution. And then I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.